Holiday, and welcome to another one of my live stream lectures. And I'm sitting in front of my computer to do this lecture because uh, in a minute I'm going to switch the camera so you can take a look at my laptop, because the focus of this lecture is the importance of updating your business website. Your business website is the most important a commodity you can have as a business person. It really is. So that's going to be the focus of this lecture. But before I get started, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. My YouTube channel truly would not be where it's at today without all of my support. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture, which is the importance of updating your business website. And I'm gonna switch this camera over so we can, I'm literally got my business website pulled up now. There we go. Paris and Associates Resource Center. I was looking at some of my information on my company, and my company, I can't believe it, is 20 going on 25 years old. I've always had my company, Paris and Associates Resource Center, simultaneously throughout the workforce. I fully retired from state government of September 2023, but I tell people, whether you retired or not, always have something outside of that W-2 job where you're cultivating your own knowledge, skills, and talents to be able to generate income. And my web page designer, Jason Shelton, did a phenomenal job. I just had him to go in and update my business website, and he officially got the update done yesterday. And basically, when you go to my business website, if you go to my YouTube channel, that's one of the first links on the link section of my YouTube channel is my company. I'm always going to market my product, my services, and my brand. And when you go to my business website, as you can see, the name of my company is the header. He did a real good job. When you first go to it, actually, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in. Really, when you first go to my business website, one of the things that I like that Jason did, it'll do when you go in initially, it'll pop up Await Financial Freedom, my book that pops up, and you can click through it in as many different ways a person if they want to purchase my book audiobook network. So that's one of the first things that pops out is my book. I'm always marketing my book. And then the name of my company there, that first tab, the home tab, you click that, and he did a really good job on the backdrop of my web page is the cover of my book. One of the primary services I provide, professional business coaching. He got all that in there. And as you scroll down, there's areas in here where you can see what we do in terms of my consultation. Scroll down, he's marketing that book again. It's by a click of a button. If you click that, you can get it through Amazon and pretty much any major platforms. My book can be purchased. You scroll down there, contact information, the person, of course, self-explanatory. One of the things I had him to do is, at the end, it has the Page Publishing Company logo, Facebook, iHeartRadio, because iHeartRadio interviewed me when my book first hit all major bookstores. But one of the things I had him to take out was my YouTube tab. Because again, like I tell people, anybody who go to my business website, my company's been around going on 25 years. That is what needs to be popping out and showcasing. And that YouTube is separate from my company. You click that About tab. When you click that, he did a really good job on showcasing my credentials. in terms of all of my credentials, in terms of do what I do as a professional business coach. And I just restarted a new service that I've done before in the past, and I'm doing it again now, where I'm a DOT, substance abuse evaluator. So I'm getting referrals from multiple stakeholders, and that just allows me, put me in a position to continue to make revenue under my company based off my credential in retirement. So he added that DOT piece credential in there. He did that. He did a good job. And that's the about section. Go all the way down. My story, just a little bit more information on my knowledge, skills, and experience in terms of what I do. Like I said, my company is well over 25 plus years old. And I've always did things under my company based off my credential rate income. How to contact me. And he just did a really good job in just straightforward. And I tell anybody, you want a good web page designer, because there have been many times where I had to go hire Jason again to go in and do updates. For example, he just finished an update yesterday. The coaching service tab is there. You click that. It'll give you a description on my primary service with people who want to go into executed contract for me to develop a strategic business plan. Scroll down, it gives you more information, forms. You can do the initial form to get the process started, either online or either you can download it in PDF version, but then contact me. But I'm at full capacity, so I'm just, I tell folks, I got a wait list right now, 6 months, but I'm still, it's good for if they want to go on this business website, read through some of these documents, the contract for service. Jason did a really good job in putting that either in PDF or electronic version. So he did both, which I like that, because a lot of times some folks want to be able to just print out the document and have it in their hand, or they can either do the electronic version in terms of contract for service for the initial business plan, click out. So he give the person an option, either the PDF version or they can complete the forms online. Scroll all the way down, there's some more forms giving you more options. And he just really did a really good job on showcasing that area right there. Then you go back up to the next tab. This SAP DOT is one of the new services that I reintegrated again as a DOT expert. And trust me, I've done a lot of work behind the scene to integrate this service back into my company again. From January all the way to now, I'm finally ready now to start receiving referrals on that. And I encourage anybody, just go to my business website if you want to find out a little bit more about what the DOT return to duty process is. Anyone who is in those safety sensitive positions, they fail a drug screen, they pull up my name in the database, and they have to go through the process of getting evaluated to get their job back. So that's a very powerful credential that I've always maintained that one to have. And here it is, my contract for service. They can pull it up in the PDF version. Fees are in there. Some stakeholders who I got independent contracts with, I'm paid for either by the network, or if the client come directly to me, then they will have to pay all of that money directly. So contract for service there. Information about the DOT return to duty process. And that was a lot of work. I mean, you're just seeing the iceberg. You're just seeing the finished product. But trust me, it was a lot of work behind the scene to get back into the loop with that. On the tab here, Jason got a store tab where a person can click that store tab. It'll route them to where he got where he's showcasing my video trailer done by Audiobook Network. description of the book. You can order it through Amazon, Audiobook Network. He also is showcasing my press release done by Page Publishing Company. And he's also showcasing the press release done by Audiobook Network. When they did that press release to announce to the world that this book is coming out, and that had a direct impact on sales. So he has all of that in there. If you want to literally read the press release done by the publishing companies, you can go to my business website and you can literally pull it up and read it. Audiobook is now available, and that's a sample copy of that audiobook. There's a video trailer done by Page Publishing Company on my paperback version of my book. And these are all, this is many of the ways a person can purchase my book. Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Libro World, Google Play, Apple, iTunes, Walmart, Reader House. Page Publishing Company has a website dedicated to my book. So it's just so many platforms that book can be purchased. So Jason did a really good job on showcasing that in the media section. Also in the media section, he has in here, in the media section, here we go, where he's showcasing, a couple of years ago, Pandy interviewed me to promote my book title. So that interview that she did is literally under the media section. Another content creator a few years ago interviewed me to promote my book. So that those two interviews can literally be seen under the media section of my business website. I also was interviewed by iHeartRadio 3 years ago to promote my book. So all of those interviews are in the media section of my business website as a first-time author. So he really did a phenomenal job. There's a tab, contact tab, where how to contact me, person, that's just self-explanatory. Put the name, last name, message, email, phone, and just submit that to me. That'll go directly to my business email. And most people who contact me, rather they need the DOT services or the coaching services, or just maybe questions about a specific process in terms of a service I provide, I always respond to those messages. And I also did it's an appreciation tab where a person can literally go on my business website and read an appreciation letter that I wrote to Page Publishing Company. They did a phenomenal job in transforming my manuscript into a finished product. Their hands are still all over that book. You know, they monitor the sales of my book. They restock for the soft copy of the book. If those books need to be restocked, the publishing company handles all that. So their hands are still on that. So you can literally read where I did an appreciation letter to Page Publishing Company, and also to Jason Shelton for doing a phenomenal job in designing my business website and maintaining my business website. And he's referencing his company at the end, at the bottom of that business website, in terms of creating my business website. Click that. There's that letter of appreciation right there. So that's all in there. So it's just so important. And like I said, one of the things that I had him to remove off my business website was indicating the button for the YouTube channel. There's no need to put that on there because my company, Paris and Associates Resource Center, been around long before YouTube. I worked hard to establish my company, my brand, my product, my service. And I tell people, even if you are a content creator, make sure if you got other products or services or your own brand outside of being a content creator, make sure that is separate and distinct. Because when a person comes to Paris and Patterson Associates Resource Center and read about Marie Holiday. They are reading about what I've done to cultivate and develop and to nurture my company, all of my credentials to back it up. And there's a whole bunch, there's more than this. And to show evidence that I'm not new at this game in terms of being an expert in terms of the field of addiction as a licensed clinical addiction expert, as a qualified DOT substance abuse professional, and as a credentialed professional coach. I got 24, 25 plus years for people to bring to the table. None of that has nothing to do with YouTube. So, and that's why I always tell any content creator, use these platforms also to promote your product, your brand, your company, and your service separate from YouTube. If YouTube was to shut me down right now, that ain't got a thing to do with this company right here, Patterson Associates Resource Center, and the money that I have always generated under my company based off my credential, who I have to answer to a credentialing board and go through many steps to maintain and re-credential my credentials and carry professional liability insurance. Real talk, people. So and I tell people, make sure you have a really good web page designer in your corner. So, things come up where you may have to go in and update your business website. I've updated my business, Jason revamped my business website. I went into an executed contract with him over 3 years ago, but within that 3-year journey, I have had to bring Jason in on multiple occasions to go in and do updates on my website. And of course, I'm going to pay him for his expertise. Real talk, people. So again, check out my company website, my business website, Patterson Associates Resource Center. Go into it, take a look at and see the phenomenal job he did to bring my company, Marie Holiday, to life in the virtual world. Even when I got a couple of contracts I recently got, and I wanted to make sure that my business website was thoroughly updated to reflect the new services I'm about ready to do under my company. And I have a home office. And like I said, I just do just enough under my company, kind of keep me busy, might as well use those credentials to generate ongoing revenue in retirement so I can continue to build my financial portfolio. So again, he did a phenomenal job in updating my professional business website. So share this information and don't forget to mark your calendar for June the 24th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do another relational live screen lecture. And the focus of that lecture is I'm going to give insight on many of the things I continue to do as a content creator to cultivate and develop and to nurture my channel. My channel will be 5 years old in June, I believe June 6th of 2025. And my channel earned the YouTube Silver Play button January of 2024. In August of 2024, my channel became eligible for major brand deals. And I don't even keep up the numbers anymore. I think my channel is pushing very close to 400,000 subscribers. So, if you want to get some insight in regards to what I do on a daily basis as a content creator to continue to grow my channel, because I tell anybody, there are many things I do behind the scene, and I work harder now than ever before as a content creator to continue to push my channel into the next stratosphere. So mark your calendar. Either way it go, June 24th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be ready to get down to business. That's all I have. Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.